Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Busi N, and on today's video I'll be telling you a story about how I almost got kidnapped and how that affected me throughout my life. But I'm going to be telling you the video while doing my makeup because there's somewhere I gotta go. This video is not about me doing my makeup. I'm just doing my makeup while I tell you the story. And without wasting any time, let us get on it. So, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm from South Africa. Oh, and by the way, if you see me doing something wrong with my makeup or something that you think I can improve on, please tell me. This is not about the makeup, but I would appreciate it. Anyways, so I was just going to go get started with high school. And around that time we had gone to my high school to go and purchase textbooks. I don't know if other places do that. I don't even know if all schools in South Africa do that, but in my school you would come a bit earlier than when schools were supposed to open to buy textbooks for the grade that you're going to be at. So it was me, my younger sister, a friend of ours that we had just made around that time, and her younger sister. It was the four of us. So as we were coming back from purchasing the textbooks, we get stopped by a car. And this car, I don't know if it was the blue one or the white one, but either let's just assume that it's the blue one, and you hear why the color is significant. So this blue car, I don't know, Audi or BMW, I don't know what type of car it is, but this blue car along those cars stops. And this man opens his window and he's like, "Come to the car." He calls to us and he says, "Come to the car." Obviously, we're not dumb. We're like, "No, we're not gonna come to the car." And he's like, and then it's just that little back and forth of "come to the car, come to the car." And then he says, "Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna find you again." Find us again? What do you mean you're gonna find us again? But we don't even ask him that question. We just continue walking because he said, when he said "come to the car," he was driving upwards and we were walking downwards. So we just continued walking, and then obviously he drove away. So now, these eyebrows. Okay, so now schools have opened. I am alone. I'm the only one going to this high school, and I'm walking home alone. And this is like a few weeks after that incident has happened, right? Haibo, while I'm like at the corner block, I'll draw an illustration of where I am. But while I am where I am, this car comes again. Now for me, the guy who was in the car looked the same as the guy who had stopped us prior, like earlier on when we were buying textbooks. And he's like, "Hey, come to the car." But now this time the car looks the same. It's the same brand of car or model of car. It's just that now the color is different. So if the first car was blue, now this car is white. Hi, okay guys, there I am, walking alone. This man is saying, "Come to the car." I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna come to the car. I'm young," right? Maybe he didn't see. So I tell him, "No, I'm young. I'm not gonna come to the car." He's like, "No, I know you're young. Don't worry. When I come to the car." Son, it's that back and forth again. But now the thing is, him and I are facing the same direction. His car is facing the same direction as I'm walking. and I'm close to home. So I didn't want to like walk all the way back to the main street. So I'm walking home. Um, I turned the corner because I was near the corner now. I look back and I don't see the car. So then I start running. Mind you, at that time I lived in a I don't know if I can say it's a suburb, but all the houses had really high walls. So it's not like I can jump into anyone's house. There was, however, one house that had a low fence, but they had big dogs. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to go to that house. And anyways, I'm on my street. So there I am running to get back home. And as I run, I look back and I see the car is not there anymore. So I'm like, okay, let me run. How the car is still not there. Right now I continue walking like at a more normal pace, but it was still very fast. This is what I'm using. A more normal pace, but it was still very fast. Whilst I'm not even halfway to my house, obviously the car appears. The car is quicker than your feet. And that man is still now driving next to me, telling me, no, come to the car. I'm like, no. We're just having a back and forth. I really can't remember the details of the conversation. But point is, he was very adamant with that request. Now I'm getting scared. I'm approaching my house. And then what does this man do? He literally parks at the house next to mine. Like the neighbor's house. Yeah. And at that time, an Afrikaner lady lived there. She used to help me with my Afrikaans. But they didn't have a bell or anything or an intercom or anything. So I couldn't really like call for them. And she was old, man. Her hearing was not that good. But he was parked there anyway. So even if I wanted to go there, which is the house I knew, I couldn't because he's parked there. And now I have to go to my house. So I cross the road, almost get bumped by a car. The car, I wish that man, like he was so angry about how I crossed the road. Because I didn't look, I was just running to the gate. I wish that man would have stopped to shout at me. Because then I was going to tell him there's a car following me, can you help me? But no, he just shouted at me while driving off. I get home. As I'm getting home, the guy winds up his windows and they are tinted, guys. They are tinted. The car windows are tinted on the side. The windshield, the window shield, the one at the front, the window in the front is also tinted. So I can't even see what he's doing or preparing in the car. Luckily at home, there was a thingy. There was a, what do you call this? A bell. So I am belling. And normally at home, they're very, very quick to answer the bell and let me in. But today, Sana, because in my culture, in my language, they always say, "Ikbati liyakwazi ukwenzeka." That day, nobody was home. They were at a store. That was like a 10 minutes drive away from where I was. But point is, they were not at home. So I think that guy like stood there in his car for like a good minute or two. And when I saw that nobody was opening Nami, I started sending them please call me's. Like if anybody from South Africa knows what a please call me is, then you know. So I started sending them please call me's. And they called me back and I'm like, guys, where are you? There's a man here next to me. He's saying I must come to the car. His windows are tinted. Basically, I just tried to quickly explain the whole situation. But my main question is, where are you? And then they say, oh, no, okay, we're on the way. We're coming now. And they will make their way to me. But I think when he saw that I was on the phone, I hope that's what made him leave. But he left. And then obviously my family came back. I'm sure I was crying because I'm a crier anyway. So I'm sure I was crying. And that was when my problems started. So now That's basically what happened. So I didn't get kidnapped, like actually kidnapped. I didn't get dragged or put into the car. But what really threw me is that this man looked familiar to the man that had asked us to come to the car, and his car was the same. Everything was so familiar that that's what scared me the most. So, and that first guy had said, I will find you, I will be back. And it seems like he was back because familiar. So now, how did it affect me? This is the next part. Obviously, in varsity, when this happened, it was very fresh. So obviously, it affecting me started in varsity. I mean, not in varsity, sorry, in high school. So ever since then, I had some friends, and some of my friends were male friends, and they would walk me home. They would walk me home, Sana. They would walk me home. Some of them I knew them from primary. Obviously, like we went to the same primary, then we went to the same high school in the same area, so we knew each other from then. Others, it's friends that I made along the way, but we were like one big group at the time. So Sana, those guys would walk me home, but they obviously couldn't do it every day. And also at the time, I was dating my boyfriend, who is now my husband, and he would get so jealous about that getting walked home. But at that time, it didn't really bother me that he was jealous or whatnot. I mean, I was a kid anyways. But also the reason for them walking me home was beyond me just wanting someone to walk me home. It was because of what had happened. So they still used to walk me home. Later on, there was a girl that lived on the same street as me. So now I would walk home with her. Obviously we're on the same street, but also she has her own things that she wants to do after school. So I'm not always going to be walking home with her. Another habit that I developed was that the minute school knocks off, the minute school knocks off, I would just look who's going in my direction. And even if they're not like going like exactly home, like where I live, but I would do my best to follow them as close to me being home as possible. Oh, what did I do here? As close to me being home as possible. And then on some days, obviously, my boyfriend would walk me home. So that was my life whilst in high school. And that was the only like time where I was alone. Now comes varsity. Varsity, guys, when I would be in town, obviously I schooled in Joburg in town at the University of Witwatersrand. So when my place of residence was outside of school. So when I would go to school, I would make sure that even if it's a crowded place, I walk as close to the building as possible. If I'm crossing the robot, I don't stand at the robot directly. I like stand as far back as like sensible, well, or what I thought was sensible. And yeah, and even when I would walk home with friends from school, guys, whether it would be guys or girls, Sana. And at that time, also, my boyfriend was jealous. Oh, Sana. Oh, Sana. But also, that was not my concern at the time. My concern was that I can't walk home alone. So those were some of the friendships I built. Those were like genuine friendships. It's just that they also assisted me in having someone to go home with, or having people to go home with, because this was not just about me going home with guys, but with girls as well. I just didn't want to be alone. That was my main thing. I didn't want to be alone. But obviously we grow up and we leave varsity, we leave these cocoons and stuff, we start working. I started driving as well, and it still affected me. because if I'd go to the shopping mall, even if I'd be parked in the underground parking, I always look back. Like, I always get scared. And I think my fear is very obvious because there's this other time when I was walking and there was this guy that looked like he was following me, but he wasn't following me. He was just walking in the... Guys, trust the process on the makeup. He wasn't following me. He was just walking in the same direction as me. So he even made a comment to say, "Oh no, Sissy, I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm just walking." So I think my fear was very obvious. But now, when I started driving and stuff like that, if I was out shopping, I wouldn't put my things in the boot. My things, especially if I'm able to hold them, if they're not groceries or anything, they will enter with me in the driver's side. I would make sure that I park as close as I can to the store that I'm going to, especially if it's like a shopping strip. And I think the situation even became worse when I now had a kid, because that's a 2-in-1 kidnapping combo. That is a 2-in-1 kidnapping combo, Sana. So it became worse. If we did go out shopping, I would put in the groceries in the boot whilst holding her hand. If she was in the what do you call this thing? What do you call that thing to the trolley? Yeah. If she was in the trolley, I would just hold her hand whilst I'm putting the other bags and stuff in the car. And then I'll quickly put her, and then I would quickly put her in the car whilst, and not even buckle her up. And not even buckle her up in the car seat. Just quickly put her in the car. Me quickly go to the driver's side, and then lock the doors and then buckle her up, because I was just scared, guys. I was just scared. And now looking back, I don't think it was a good idea to not buckle her up when she was in her seat, because my car, when the doors were unlocked, it didn't just unlock on the driver's seat. Once you press unlock, every door gets unlocked. Yeah. So I don't think it was a smart decision on my side not to buckle her up in her seat immediately. But my thing was that I didn't want to be outside at the time. I just wanted to find myself in the car locked in, and then I'm going to scoot my way over to her and buckle her up. So that was my life, and that has been my life, because I'm so scared even till date. I'm now in another country, and this country is not known for those type of incidences. It's not. However, it does not change my experience. Hi, guys. Are you trying to tell me I'm spending the bulk of this video doing my eyebrows? I'll show you the finished look when I'm done, if you are interested. I'll show you the finished look when I'm done if you are interested. But as I said, this video is not about the makeup. Let me even see what type of eye makeup am I going to do. Oh Jesus, you see, last minute things. Okay. So I'm sorry, I'm looking at my phone, my other phone. I'm recording on the other one, but I'm looking on my phone to get inspiration. But let me just close it off here to say, at the end of the day, there are events that are going to happen in your life that seem minor, because at the end of the day, I was not kidnapped. I really, really was not kidnapped, but that really affected me for my whole life, and it still affects me till date. And to someone else, I think even to people at home, I don't think they know how badly I got affected by this situation, or how cautious I have become because of experiencing that situation. Because now, I mean, when was grade 8, I'll put how many years it's been since that thing has happened, but I have been scared ever since. And this is someone's dad, this is someone's brother, this is someone's father, or dad, father's the same thing. And they go around doing these things, and they really, really affect you for the rest of your life. And they probably don't even remember you or your face, or even if that event that it even happened, but you literally live with it for the rest of your life. So I really just thought I would just share that this is what happened to me, and how it has affected me. I don't have anybody that I'm blaming, really. Like, I mean, it was a situation. I had to go home, I had to walk home. School was very close to home. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying it did affect me a lot. And your Sana, I never want anybody to ever go through that again. So much so that even when my daughter is playing at like a Papachino's and stuff like that, you'll find other parents just chilling and like enjoying their food. I will walk with my child. And we will walk and play together, because I'm not risking it at all. So yeah, that is my story of how I almost got kidnapped and how it has affected me. I don't think there's anything more to say about it, but if you do have any questions, please do comment down below. And that is all for today's video. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. For those who are interested in how this makeup look is gonna turn out, I'll put like the last section of how it actually ended up turning out, because I can't believe my eyebrows took so long. But okay, bye. I'm back outside. Nigga that made me mad. Kill.